Hello and welcome to Chip Off the Old Block Toys. This is Jeff here, and today I've got a review of BumbleBee. Yes, I've got both Optimus Prime and BumbleBee because we're going to compare them in the end. But today the review is strictly on this guy here, and that's set number 10338, and it was released July the 1st this year, so about 10 days ago. It has about 950 pieces. It retails for $89.99. Now, for those who have not seen a review of mine, very simply put, I'll tell you the dimensions, I'll tell you about minifigures, in this case there's none. I will evaluate the set based off of value, creativity, playability, ease of build, and part out value. And I will assign a number from 0 to 10, 0 being the worst, 10 being the best, for each of those categories, and then I will rank it overall by averaging those 5 scores. Now there is a small price admission to this video, and that is to hit the like button. I'm just kidding. Please do hit the like button though if you like my review. And also subscribe if you feel like I've earned your subscription. Let's go ahead and let's jump in the review with BumbleBee, followed by the comparison of the two. BumbleBee is a fine specimen of a Lego set. And in fact, I used to watch cartoons as a kid, and so BumbleBee was one of my favorite characters. I am glad they did him as the VW Bug instead of being the Camaro. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's jump in the review. So as far as the dimensions, as a car, he is 9 inches long, 4.5 inches wide, and 3.5 inches tall, or height. And for those on the metric system, that is 23 centimeters long, 11.5 centimeters wide, by 9 centimeters tall. As the robot, he is 4 inches this way. He is 4 and 3/4 inches this way, and he is 10 inches tall. On the metric system, that is 10 centimeters by 12 centimeters. I'm sorry, messed that up. That is 10 centimeters by 12 centimeters by 25.5 centimeters tall. Now this guy does come with 5 stickers. It's not too big of a deal, but I don't like stickers. But I do understand a lot of these larger sets, including the Star Wars Ultimate Collector Series, often come with a plaque that's a sticker. They do also give you an additional license plate besides the one that's on him here that says BumbleBee on the back, basically. And this one says Gold Bug. So, and the bumper stickers. Yes, there's one that says Cybertron, and there's one that says Roll Out for Optimus Prime's very famous saying about Autobots roll out. So anyways, 5 stickers, so I'm not going to dock it too much. It retails for $89.99, and at 950 pieces, that's 9.5 cents per piece. That's really not a bad price, especially because this is a licensed set. Yes, we know the Disney premium for Star Wars is much higher, usually, than the typical about 10 cents per piece, and that's about where a lot of Lego sets fall. Not all the time, sometimes it's as high. I would say the average Lego piece is about 10 to 12 cents a piece. So this is kind of on the lower end. So I will give the value a 9 out of 10. I'm not going to dock it too much. Creativity for this guy, I'm going to give him an 8. Here's why. He does look like a bug when he's transformed, and we will transform him here. And the head looks very appropriate for being BumbleBee. I mean, his blaster looks appropriate for the cartoon. He looks great. The only problem is when you transform the guy, he's just throwing pieces everywhere, and it's hard to transform him. So, I mean, I know it's hard to do these things, so it's not like I'm giving it a 0, the worst. I'm giving it an 8, which means it's still above average, and it's a little bit more than above average. So yeah, it's all right. As far as playability though, I gotta give it a 10, and the reason I gotta give it a 10 is because it does transform. The fact that it does look like him. The fact that there is Optimus Prime. And so there is something else that you can use to create a little bit of a scene from the movie. Not much. I mean, there's only 2 Transformers. And by the way, I do hope that Lego comes out with more of these. I mean, I think, in my opinion, it would just be awesome if Lego did, like, maybe Starscream, Megatron. I mean, there's Optimus Prime from the movie. There's Ultra Magnus. There's the Dinobots. There could be Devastator. And Devastator, oh man, I would be just stoked if they did Devastator. Like, can you imagine if they did like, $50, $60 sets of all 5 of them separately, and then they all came together and made the huge Devastator? I think that would just be awesome. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit off track here. As far as ease of build, there's only one booklet here, and there's 331 steps, and I do get questions occasionally how I figured that out. I try to go through the book, and I start off with the end, and let's say it says 300. and then there's like a little thing in there that says 5 steps, but they don't count it in that 300. I will count it. And sometimes I do miss the steps. It's not a perfect process, but there's about 331 steps in this particular thing in one booklet. However, the ease of build, the instructions sometimes were not clear, so I will give it a 6 out of 10, which means it's just a little above average. So it's a little bit easy to build. Is what that means. As far as the powered out value, I'm going to give it a 6 as well. And overall, that is a 7.8 average. So what we're going to do now is we're going to slide Optimus Prime over here, and we're going to do that part of the review. Here we have the fearless leader of the Autobots, Optimus Prime. He's a favorite among many of the cartoon and the movies, and he is a favorite of mine. In fact, he is a favorite character of all time. I think Grimlock's a close second. Anyway, Optimus Prime is Lego set 10302. He was released in 2022. He has 1,508 pieces. When I bought him, his original price was $169.99. Now I just checked Lego's website. He's now $10 more at $179.99. And that makes him 11.3 cents per piece at his original cost. Now, Optimus Prime, at the time, I gave him a 10 out of 10. He does have a few stickers, and I did not dock him for it, but creativity was a 10, and that's because, well, there's no mistaking Optimus Prime being Optimus Prime. You look at this, you know that from the cartoon. The coloring is the same, as well as the head is incredibly detailed. I am really impressed with how they made, actually both their heads are very incredibly accurate to the cartoon, and I thought that was really awesome. Creativity, like I said, was a 10, and playability was a 7. And the reason why is I guess I was a little put off that they didn't even try to make the Triton. And I guess I at that time when I did the original, I felt like I would have paid more if they would have had a Triton and been happy with it, and they didn't even try. But then again, I don't know how much that really matters, because if you watch the cartoon, yes, the Triton was like a command-based repair center, but it also wasn't really part of the cartoon. I mean, you saw Optimus Prime pulling the trailer all the time, but he didn't really use it that often. I mean, he did in a few episodes, but not really. So I don't know how much that really matters, but I gave it at the time playability a 7, and ease of build I gave it an 8, which overall is an 8.8 compared to the 7.8 that I gave Bumblebee here. Now, I'm sure you're all dying to see him transform, so I'm going to go ahead and try it. And the keyword's try, because these guys pop off parts when you do it. Now, I did fail to mention one thing, and that is Optimus Prime's extras. I really like his battle axe. I like how you can remove his hand. He actually does come with a left hand here. However, you just pop it out, and you're able to put this in. He also does come with a jetpack, which is pretty cool. In the cartoons, he hardly ever flew, but here you are. And he also came with an Energon cube, which I thought was just freaking awesome. So anyways, I think Optimus Prime came with a little bit more than Bumblebee did. However, let me go ahead and try to transform, and the keyword is try, because these things are difficult to do, and there are Lego, so they're liable to throw parts. The first thing you have to do in transform Bumblebee is you have to be very careful, because this pin does not like to come out very well. And just true to form, there it goes. It didn't want to come out, and instead it's throwing parts. So let me, oh come on, yeah, because see the other side doesn't have it, but oh, there you go. Practically disassemble him to get that piece off. But yeah, it comes with this little bar clip here to keep it on him so it doesn't just slide off. Okay, so in my opinion, the first thing you do is you take the head and you hide it. And then, whew, I don't know what you do next. This is difficult. You do have to remove some things back here and move some levers here. Oh boy, see, now he doesn't want to go in, and I'm afraid that it'll break, because I mean it's just Lego, but okay, it's starting to cooperate, so good news there. And these front pieces are not easy. These things want to, yeah, see, I was just going to say they want to pop off, because every time I've done this, this has popped off. So it's not a perfect science with these. Of course, you know, it is Lego, so anything that pops off usually goes back on pretty easily. It's just kind of a pain, to be honest. But you know, a pain is a pain, and I have 4 sisters, so I know all about having pain in the butts. But anyway, all right, just kidding. My idea of they were only pains when we were growing up. Now they're all right. All right, so let's see if we can. God dang, this thing does not want to go in. And I do like how they did the thing here, because they using the Technic pieces that pivot on each other, and I don't know the technical name of it. It was a great idea for them to do that, and I apologize, this is taking a minute, but this is not the easiest thing in the world, and I don't want to have a bunch of parts pop off. So far it's been doing well. One of the other areas that likes to pop off when you're doing it is actually these arms right here. They pop off quite a bit, and you have to kind of fold the hands in, and you got to fold it back. Oh boy, this is not. I feel like I'm going to break it just because the amount of, like, oh, see what I mean? Because the amount of force you got to put on some of these, and it is just Lego, so it does like to pop, and this is taking longer than I thought, but stick with me here. I'll eventually get it. Been building Legos long enough that Legos don't usually win. Just kidding. It's not a matter of winning or losing here. Okay, so we put the, oh yeah, and then this thing popped off. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's get that back on there. Let's get the doors on there, the headlights. We got the windshield, and there you have it. You've got Bumblebee in his car format. He does come with a couple of different Autobot symbols. He does come with a spare tire. He does come with the bumper stickers I was talking about earlier, and he does look like a VW Bug. Now, Optimus Prime, he transforms too. He's probably going to take me a little bit longer, and yes, longer than Bumblebee. And that's because I have not transformed him for probably about 2 years. So, let's go ahead and let's throw parts off. We'll start off with that, and wow, that's funny because, oh, there it goes. Yeah, see, this is what I love about it. You just, oh yeah, I think, oh boy. You know what, actually, let me just show you him transformed, because he's throwing a lot of parts, and this is going to take a minute. So here we are, 20 minutes later, no kidding. Optimus Prime fell apart in so many different ways, transforming him. I mean, I love the idea of the Transformers, but they are aggravating sometimes, especially when, because of Lego parts, they do tend to fly off. But anyway, 20 minutes later, you've got Bumblebee in his car form, and you've got Optimus Prime in his truck form. And I gotta say, they both look pretty dang good. I like the way they look. I don't like the way they transform, but I do like the way they look. Alright guys and gals, this completes the review of set number 10338, which is Bumblebee, the Transformer, and also the side review of Optimus Prime, which is set 10302. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit the like button, subscribe. If you've subscribed in the past, just make sure you still subscribe. YouTube does some funny things sometimes. And also, leave me a comment below. Let me know, what Transformer would you like to see? Not necessarily next, but which one would you like to see Lego come up with? Maybe they'll listen. I don't know. I don't even know if they know my channels exist. But hey, put it down there. And you know what? I will leave a comment below as well and talk about it, because I know that's one thing I do know, the cartoon very well, and I've seen the movie, so we can have a pretty good discussion about that. And also turn on all notifications. That way you'll know when I put out a current video or a live stream. And also, guys, if you want to support the channel, here's a couple different ways. One way is you can just make a donation directly to the channel, and that link's in the description. Another way you can do it is by going to my Bricklink store. The link's in the description. We have about 800,000 pieces, and we have some sets, so if you need some, head there. And if you buy it from me, you get the pieces you need, but yet you're also supporting the channel at the same time. So it's a win for you, a win for me, a win-win, just as they say. If you don't have the financial and monetary means, I don't care. It's awesome that you're here, that you're watching my video, and that you dropped a like, and that you subscribe. I mean, all that's cool. And there are a couple different ways that do not involve money. One way is to share a link on this link to this video on other social media platforms, and just let people know that I'm out here. And you do that, that helps. You become my free marketing department that I don't have the time or the money for. Or you can watch another video right after this one. If you do that, it also helps out, because the algorithm just It tickles it pink when you do that, and it promotes the channel to more people when you watch more than one video. And I've got several videos that are short, 3 to 5 minutes long, especially the Advent calendar ones. So hey, if you want to switch over and watch one, or one of my longer ones if you'd like, I don't know. But anyway, it's there, and if you do that, it helps the channel. All right, guys, be good to each other, stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on the next one.